The Rohingya live primarily in Myanmar, a nation in Southeast Asia that for decades was ruled by the military and is now a nascent democracy with Nobel Peace Prize laureate Aung San Suu Kyi in charge. But the Rohingya situation is her biggest international problem. It's spilling into Bangladesh, Malaysia, and has other nations like India, Pakistan, Turkey, Indonesia, and Australia looking on worried. Here's why. Myanmar itself has roughly 50 million people in it, and most are Buddhist. The Rohingya number about 1 million, and they're Muslim. Most live in the region known as Rakhine State, and it is Myanmar's poorest area. The nation actually has about 135 different ethnic groups, but the Rohingya are not officially recognised as any of them. They aren't deemed citizens because most in Myanmar believe they are illegal immigrants that came from Bangladesh during British rule and then refused to leave. As a result, they can't study or work or travel or get healthcare easily, and it's an incredibly difficult life for them. Now, there's documentary evidence of Rohingya communities in the 1700s, but they say they can trace their civilization back to the 8th century. Whatever the case, in the 1940s and 50s, some Rohingya led a failed insurgency to become a part of Pakistan, and the government started ostracising the community. Now, that continued when the military took power and they were stripped of their rights, first in the 1974 Emergency Immigration Act and then the 1982 Citizenship Law. Then things got worse. In the 1990s, 250,000 Rohingya fled the region with claims of forced labour camps, rape and persecution. Later in the decade, when the army said it was bringing order to the region, some of those people did return. But the cycle of violence resumed in 2012 and in 2016, when a Rohingya militant group attack again saw vicious army responses, and the 25,000 who left again told stories of murder, rape and arson. Now, during this latest violence, about 125,000 people have fled to Bangladesh in just 10 days. Over these many years, many of the Rohingya have made it to Malaysia, where they wait in hope of asylum. But Islamic nations are now openly concerned about what is happening to a Muslim community. More concerningly, on the ground, Aung San Suu Kyi's comments that there are terrorist elements holds some truth. There is a local militant insurgency, and there have been reports of foreign fighters going into Rakhine State, and the idea of a civil war based on ethnic tensions involving Islamic extremists and foreign fighters in Southeast Asia is not good for anyone.